Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dailey Blend show with me, Reed Dailey. This is the weekly rundown where I feature things that I thought were notable or interesting across pop culture, business, news at large. I also feature things across Dailey Blend and special projects I'm involved with. Of course, I'm talking about Drinks with Greg or Drink with Greg and Negronis with Greg and our incredibly popular Friday Top 5 newsletter. Before I jump into the show, I want to remind you that we are available on Spotify and Apple Podcast. We are also available on YouTube. You can like and subscribe or follow us, if you will, on X and Instagram at Dailey Blend. With all of that out of the way, let's jump into the show. So, thankfully, I started to record this in the afternoon. Usually I do this either first thing in the morning or late at night when, quite frankly, I'm a little tired. And for some reason, I recorded it, but I exited the meeting and it didn't record. So got to love that. So I am redoing this. I missed a couple things. So maybe it's serendipitous that I re-record this. Anyway, got a lot going on from a music standpoint. It's holiday season, and most people are putting on the Mariah Carey album. Nope, not me. I put and featured on Music Monday Cascades Volume 2 Christmas album. That's right. He loves Christmas so much that he has created not one, but 2 Christmas albums. And you're probably saying to yourself, what are these, like EDM hits that say, drop or in the middle of the drop, it's like, I love Christmas? No, they're actual Christmas album, Christmas music from Cascade, which sounds great in my opinion. If you didn't know, before Cascade became sort of an EDM big room DJ, festival DJ, he was the A&R manager at Ohm Records, and it's very much a down-tempo record label. I don't even know if it still exists. So the sound is sort of more familiar to old Cascade, if you will. And it's on Spotify and, of course, on Dailey Blend. So go check it out. And then for Throwback Thursdays, I'm continuing this Gabriel and Dresden train. So in November, we featured 4 mixes that were throwbacks of Gabriel and Dresden. And I wanted to feature the 5th one, which was their self-titled album, Gabriel and Dresden, but mixed. And it was one of these like nostalgic albums for me because I had finished up undergrad, but I was moving into my grad school apartment, and I went to the same undergrad and grad and went right into it. And I wasn't available. So I was living on a friend's couch, and they were a school teacher. So they'd be gone in the morning. I worked afternoons coaching and then nighttime and nightclubs. So I was like jamming to this album all morning and afternoon, like basically before I went to the gym and after I went to the gym. So I've listened to it probably like 100 times. It's a great album. I think what I'm going to do is close out 2023 with a New Year's Eve mix of Gabriel Dresden songs, original production. I think I've decided I'm going to do that. And I'm likely going to be with Greg from Drink with Greg in the holiday season. So we're going to have to pick out some tracks. On the Sunday sessions, which is more just my throw music in a thumb drive and hit the CDJs, or in my case, the XDJ RX3, which is fantastic if you haven't used it. Put out a new mix for November 26th, I think it was. It's about 2.5 hours. And then over on my Reed Dailey music project, so that's just like me kind of putting out music. Now that I'm kind of doing a little more use of social media for my corporate job, I kind of wanted to separate it. Not that there's like a huge church and state thing. I just figured it would be better to house that all in one place. So if you go to YouTube, Instagram, you'll be able to find that at Reed Dailey Music. But if you have it over reeddailey.com, you can actually check out Pause and just listen of Volume 2 Super Down Tempo Mix. On Drinks with Greg, we've had 2 Drink of the Weeks, not in the same week, but last 2 weeks. One was one that kind of Greg and I kind of flushed out, which was a maple syrup Woodford Rye Manhattan. I was just sort of talking to him about it, and I had wanted to do that. I'd been drinking a bit more Woodford, and I hadn't drank the rye in a long time, so it made that drink very tasty. And then the drink of this week is the Cranberry Orange Bourbon Smash, and that was from the Boozy Ginger. So that's at the.boozy.ginger. Her name is Sarah. She's a photographer of food and beverage companies and restaurants and things of that nature. Makes great content, has a great website. Highly recommend checking her out, subscribing to her Instagram. And if you are a restaurant or beverage, bar, beverage company, etc., hire. She shoots fantastic pictures. In terms of what else, so the Friday Top 5, we're done with that in terms of on the web. It's totally over as a newsletter. Last week, I kind of talked about an efficiency app that I've been using in my 9 to 5 with Microsoft Loop, which I am loving. A friend of mine started Coda, and I checked out Notion. Coda is great. I just can't use that on a corporate machine. And so I've really gotten into Microsoft Loop, and I just like it a lot. Very nicely integrated. It's still in beta. I think once they add Copilot to it, it's just going to knock it out of the park. In terms of journaling, I've journaled for years. Do it more, sometimes less. I got into it in college. We always did goal setting affirmations before soccer games. And I kind of felt a little stale lately. So I've been kind of searching to what other people do. And I found a guy on the net who does, has created 100 prompts. So I haven't started yet, but next week I'm going to start with the prompts and kind of run through those and kind of keep you guys up to date in my process there and how I like his prompts and maybe the prompts that I created my own. In terms of books, Rick Rubin, you know him from Def Jam's, Run DMC. He produced tracks from everyone from Eminem to Andre 3000's new flute album, Jay-Z, etc., Kanye, etc. He just wrote a book called The Creative Act, and I'm kicking off reading that. And then I got on a plane the other day for Thanksgiving, and I got on with my 6-year-old, and she's a killer flyer. But, I always like to come prepared. And so thanks to my internet buddy @_coffee and kicks, I printed off a sneaker coloring book. She did not use it, but I printed it off. So we're going to be coloring those, and I'm going to be putting them all over the office and having some fun with that with her. I highly recommend you going and following his Instagram. Great sneaker content. It's what inspired the Instagram account for me, which is coffee, kicks, and cocktails. So a little spin based in sort of inspired by him. The last thing that we kind of talked about last week was Ripton & Co. It is imagine if Lululemon and Levi's had a baby. That's what it would be. They started with Dorts, which I'm not a fan of. It's just me, but they do jeans now and they do jean jackets. It's like stretchy, functional, amazing. I haven't bought any yet. My buddy's brother started the company, and he has the couple of the samples and pieces. And I am gonna treat myself probably for the holiday season with a pair. All right, that wraps it up for the Daily Blend weekly rundown. This was a lot of fun, even though I had to record it twice. Is what it is. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe to the show on Spotify and YouTube and Apple Podcasts, or whatever show you like or channel you like. And don't forget to like us, follow us on social media on X and Instagram @Dailey Blend. Enjoy your week, and check us out on the Friday Top 5 tomorrow. If you are not subscribed, subscribe to it. It is dailyblend.com/newsletter. We have it all, links all over the site, so you can find it pretty easily. Catch you guys next week on the weekly rundown.